In the quiet of the morning, where the sunlight meets the sky, I can hear the angels calling, soft as stars that never die. Every heartbeat tells a story, every tear can turn to gold. There is healing in the silence, there is warmth inside.
Hi, everybody. Come on in. Happy Friday. TGIF, it's Friday. Good to see you all. We're going to be covering some stuff today. I've not been covering Nancy's case for, seems like a month now, I would say. So there's stuff happening, and I want to start talking and covering it all. I've had so many of you message me and email me about all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, we need to talk about it. So come on in. Good to see you all. Hit the thumbs up. Number 16, number 8. Thank you so much, ladies. Wait for the chat to fill up. You missed your number. That's okay. Good to see you all. Number 5. Happy Friday. I hope you all had a good day. Those of you that work, I hope you had a good day at work. Those of you that are happily retired, I hope you enjoyed every moment of your freedom this week. So come on in. There's been a lot of weird shit going down on YouTube regarding Nancy's case. That's just it. This is all just YouTube stuff, and yeah, it's really weird. So we're going to cover it. I backed away from Nancy's case the last little while. You guys know me that when I see a case on YouTube turning into I literally want to call it a clown show, I pull away. Like I'm disgusted with a lot of these, at least these creators that have been hanging around. They're still hanging around outside Nancy's house, and they are making a mockery of the whole thing. Like, it's just a freaking joke. And so I've pulled away because of that. I'm just disgusted, honestly. It's not journalism. So yeah. Hi, Miriam. Good to see you all. So yeah, I pulled away. You guys, a lot of you understand what I'm talking about here. We got the boys club, I guess you would call it. The grifting boys club that is hanging around outside her house all the time. And then you got the fangirls who are supporting this boys club nonsense. It's just ridiculous, honestly. It's absolutely obvious that they're doing this just because they're getting money. Like, it's obvious. So yeah, but then you have the other creators out there that are genuinely doing everything they can to try and find her, and those are the creators that I totally love, and I appreciate every one of you so much for working so hard to try and find her, because it seems like, well, we haven't seen an official search for her yet, have we? There has not been, like, besides the FBI running around doing their thing, There's not been one scheduled official search yet for Nancy. That's ridiculous. Really. So, yeah. So good to see you all. Come on in. Hello, Spooky Mama. Hugs from Tucson. There you go. Thank you for being here from Tucson. Thank you for being here. I think, I've said this. Hi, Rachel. I've said this as well in the beginning of this case that I kind of feel close to this case because I live there. I used to live there. I lived there for 20 years. So to me, it still kind of feels like it's affecting one of my neighbors. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, so hey everybody, welcome back to another realm. Today's stream is going to be a deep dive into something that's been making a lot of people uncomfortable lately. The strange callers showing up on these YouTube channels surrounding the case. Some people think they're trolls, some people think they're attention seekers, some people think they're possibly the suspects. Are some of these callers actually connected to Nancy's disappearance? Before I get started, I want to make something very clear. Every discussion today is speculation, opinion, commentary, and entertainment purposes only. Nobody mentioned is being accused of a crime. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Do not contact, harass, or accuse anyone discussed in my live stream. My psychic impressions and opinions are not factual claims. Like, I say this all the time. I see people running around all over YouTube going, well, this psychic says this, and the people truly believe that it's fact. You can't take what a psychic says as facts. I'm sorry, you can't. It will not be even looked at in a court of law, which sucks. Hopefully one day that will change. We are in 2026, but for now, don't believe everything you're hearing, everybody. Okay? Yeah. My second impressions and opinions are not factual claims and should never be treated as confirmed evidence. Today, we're looking at patterns, behavior, timing, energy, and some bizarre moments that have happened live in front of thousands of viewers online. Because, let's be honest here, some of these calls don't feel normal. You have some people calling into random creators with inside details. At least we think they're inside details. We don't know if they're inside details. The only one that would know would probably be the FBI. People have been inserting themselves into this case emotionally and have turned it into an absolute clown show. A clown show. A disrespectful clown show. Cases that gain attention often attract trolls, hoaxers, clout chasers, and people looking for attention online. We've seen that happen over and over in the true crime community. But at the same time, history has shown us that sometimes offenders do insert themselves into investigations and conversations surrounding the cases. Sometimes they watch, sometimes they comment, sometimes they even attract media or creators. That's why tonight I want all of you to think critically, not emotionally, not mob mentality, just calmly observing what's happening. I'm going to play some clips, discuss certain calls, and give my thoughts on the overall energy surrounding the situation. Some moments genuinely give me the chills. I'm not done with this Richard Nolette and Mike Nolette stuff. I'm not done with that. Yeah. Some moments gave me the chills, especially when certain callers seemed overly interested in steering the narrative or controlling the public's perception. One thing I just keep asking myself is, if someone truly wanted to help, Why does this feel so performative? Why the drama? Why the cryptic comments? Why the strange timing? And another thing that concerns me, there are people online turning serious cases into entertainment and chaos. That can damage investigations, hurt families, and spread confusion. So while we discuss theories, I want the my community, to stay respectful and grounded. I want to hear from you guys tonight. Do you think these callers are simply trolls? Do you think they're just people seeking attention? Or do you think that they actually could be involved? Or at least know who is involved? Let's see, what else have I done here? I'm reading my script I made. Nothing else to say, really. So please like and subscribe. Thank you for being a part of my intuitive guidance YouTube channel. I appreciate you all so much. It's really strange stuff. Really strange stuff. I think, to me, the weirdness started when this Ronald Lopez showed up in my chat. That's when things started to go a little bit weird, I think. I think that's the first time something went really strange on the whole YouTube streets. This Ronald Lopez showed up in my chat, and you guys were all here, and he was, I don't know, making it sound like he was the porch guy, the perpetrator, like he was addressing himself as if it was him. That was so strange. And then YouTubers take my live stream and then go all over investigating about it, right? Still strange. I reported that to the FBI 3 times. 3 times. And they never contacted me once. Nothing. So again, like, that is, like, to me, in my eyes, that's firsthand failure of the system. Like, this guy could be walking down the fucking streets in Washington right now, and they've done nothing about it. It's really strange. So yeah, good to see you all. Good to see you. So we're gonna just immediately start with this Aaron on the interview room that Chris McDonough did. Spent a long time trying to find it this morning, and that Chris deleted the live stream, which I find is a bit on a psychic level. I can't really read it yet. Like, I'm not. I don't really have a reading of it. Well, I kind of do. We're gonna listen to it first, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm reading on the whole this Aaron person. Okay. And then I'll tell you what I'm reading on it when we're done here. So good to see everybody. Hit the thumbs up for me, please. Come on in the door. If you're in the background and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm a pretty cool channel. And I don't put up with anybody's bullshit. Chris only deleted Aaron's phone call. The call. Okay. That's weird. That's weird, I think. That's weird. Okay, so everybody ready? Got your headphones in? Let's get started. So I found it on X, and we're going to go over it on X first. It just seems very odd to me, honestly. It really does. Okay, so somebody has clipped this, so it's not the full hour and a half. This is like I think we got 15 minutes here.
Aaron, can you hear us?
Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm making it. So I also have watched Monk.
Okay, so the very first few seconds to me, it sounded like Richard Nolette. Just for the first seconds, like let's do that again.
Aaron.
Chris,
Aaron, can you hear us?
Chris, can you hear me?
Yes,
Right
sir.
there.
How are you?
I'm making it. Chris,
Aaron, can you hear us?
Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm making it.
That sounds like Richard Nolette to me. It sure does. Maybe he's using something to change his voice a little bit. Changing his voice a bit. It sounds totally like him to me. Possibly using some sort of way to change his voice. I'm immediately getting. He's already doing the hesitation that this Richard Nolette does. Richard Nolette does this like big sighs in between his sentences, and you can hear him like sucking in his spit, and you can hear his mouth in between his sentences. Immediately I'm getting that's what this guy's doing too. Very well could be changing his voice somehow.
So I also have watched Monk since the beginning, since day one.
Monks. Okay, so he's talking about Monk's channel. Good to see everybody. It is strange call. Yeah, Chris went into investigation mode. Yeah, for sure, which is totally understandable, right?
Followed this case since day one, and I don't want to rant off either. I want to actually ask kind of rapid fire questions, but Monks also said to Backpack a long time ago in his original video that they had the wrong backpack.
It really sounds like him to me. It really sounds like him to me. When he suggested that, like this person sounds like they're actually depressed or down or something, right? He definitely could be. Like that's how I see it. Like this Richard Nolette has come forward, right, and has laid down some serious accusations against other people. Has laid down a serious storyline, complicated storyline, like intensely complicated storyline. And I can see this, my opinion, I can see him being really upset that people shrugged him off and didn't listen to him, and that authorities didn't listen to him either. As far as we know. None of us really know. I have to say, the whole Richard Nolette and the Mike Nolette situation made my hair stand on end, and it still makes my hair stand on end. It really, really does. Out of anything that we have seen or watched on YouTube or the news or anything at all so far regarding Nancy's case, this is the first thing that's made me go, holy shit. Holy shit. But I am conflicted with the whole Richard and Mike Nolette thing because it doesn't match my reading. Well, some of it matches my readings, like the whole religion aspect of what he's talking about is a complete match to my reading. But it's not the right people, according to my reading. I'm getting, you guys all know, I'm getting like at least one of the perpetrators is Middle Eastern somewhere, like somewhere from the Middle East. And we all know who I was dinging on that aspect. Right? They live in Jordan. So it's weird. Some things match my reading, some things don't. So that's what I'm getting here, that this, I could be wrong, that this possibly could be him. And yeah, he's upset. He's disappointed. From what I'm hearing disappointed that people aren't listening to him.
Everybody is really saying now that the DNA, well, don't rest on the DNA.
Ah, thank you so much, Queen. You're so sweet. Thank you so much, hon. And Cat H, you're the only channel you're a member of. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's one thing I actually don't really talk about much, members and stuff on my channel. I would greatly appreciate it if everybody joined and became a member and started gifting people memberships. That would mean a lot to me. I do have a lot of content in my members section, and when you become a member, you kind of become part of like my life. It's my life. This channel is not just about my psychic stuff. It's about my life as well. So please join and please share and spread the memberships to all your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay.
There must be something else. So if they got the wrong backpack, the DNA is hit or miss. Likely no vehicle, maybe, but the TMZ thing too, you know, with the ransom note. And this is kind of where we all know that.
It's interesting. If you look at Chris, watch him. He's making notes. You can see him actually writing and making notes.
This is definitely about money. This has got to be driven by money. It wasn't a random attack. Nancy was selected because of Savannah.
It's not about money. That's where I disagree. Thank you very much, Queenie. I appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. According to my readings, I don't believe this case is about money at all. I really, really don't think it's about money. It's about hate. This is a hate case. Religion, hate. I flat out, if I'm wrong, like if I'm right, I'm flat out getting like at least one of the perpetrators who we've discussed, in my opinion, they don't need money. Like, they got money. They don't need it. They don't need it. And also, if porch person was like a pawn or peon, I always call it the peon, like he's the low man on the totem pole doing the grunt work. Well, they would have had to have paid them. Right? They would have had to have paid them. Most likely. Well, obviously they don't need money then if they're able to pay them. So again, I don't think it's money driven. I really don't.
High probability. And who would do this?
Yeah.
Originally, you know, they had made 2 detainments of LD and I believe monks. And around that time, even another channel, a sleuth guy, was talking about the connection of LD and like a Bonnie and Clyde situation.
LD. So he's referring to Luke Daly.
And
So obviously this guy has been watching, right? If he knows all the ins and outs of what's happened on YouTube and what's happened in the case, and then he's actually using their names as abbreviated LD, that's a YouTube thing.
it's really never talked about anymore. But the TMZ thing too, they said that Harvey Levin said that in their emails from the rat, they couldn't even reply.
The rat. Okay, I think at this point, Chris being a detective, that probably is what okay, Tara, talk. That's probably what got Chris's attention, what he just said. The rat. Let's do that again.
Harvey Levin said that in their emails from the rat, they couldn't even reply back to his
The
email if
rat.
they wanted to. So they were to either just listen to his instructions or pay. So really, who do you guys truly feel like at the heart could be responsible for this? Because you said a few callers ago it's probably someone.
It really, because you guys know I deal with audio every day, right? I'm listening every day. I'm convinced this is Nolette, in my opinion.
Her orbit.
Yeah.
And yet there's a lot of like coincidences with the ransom. And I think about the Zodiac a lot. I don't know if you guys are with the Black Dahlia thing, but the Zodiac sent letters too. And I feel like, well, originally, there was letters sent. So that's a coincidence. The car.
Okay, the Black Dahlia thing. I can't remember. Did Richard Nolette talk about the Black Dahlia aspect? I think he did, right? I just think like that is a deep detail to remember and bring up again. Like, how many of you remember Richard Nolette talking about the Black Dahlia? It's just
Driving around that night with a lady is also a coincidence, even if it's not connected. But there are a lot of those as well. A lot of coincidences, circumstantial things that are just kind of not talked about anymore.
That's a great call.
the screaming in the background makes my fucking hair stand on end. But I did hear that it's actually their neighbor's dog. It's the neighbor's dog, apparently, a pug or something that's got separation anxiety. 1 second, put my email in. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. He said his dad's the Zodiac killer. I know. It's wild. So try to ignore the dog. Okay, this is a dog screaming on this, but the guy says that it's his neighbor's dog who has separation anxiety.
Aaron, think of so who do you think it is?
Yes. Yes, Queen, I am. Yeah.
Original, when this day one, I thought it was the cartel because I feel like my gut just told me, you come up there that prepared with the gun in the front, it just looked like either cartel, but then a gang, thug, someone of that nature. But they clearly were staking out the place. So I don't know how I feel about the international thing anymore, and if it is someone in an orbit like LD or someone even into.
So Chris, I don't watch Chris McDonough. I'm sorry, guys. I don't watch him. Has Chris spoken to Richard Nolette? Has this Richard guy contacted Chris at all?
Tucson, then I genuinely don't know who it is, but there was a lady early on that she was responsible for drawing out a lot of sketches and has like the Guinness Book of World Records, and she drew that sketch.
No?
And I wonder if you guys does anybody even pay any attention to that anymore? Like,
Why do? Well, let.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, argumentative basically with Sleuth last night. And this dude was actually on the back porch, front porch or something like that. Okay.
Let's take each of your pieces of the puzzle. Okay, that you've mentioned here. You mentioned the Zodiac. You mentioned Monk. You mentioned the backpack. Don't rest on the DNA. No vehicle. TMZ ransom note. Selected.
I'm sure that screaming in the background is really triggering Chris as he's listening to this. That's probably, in my opinion, that's like, I would say the second thing that has grabbed Chris's attention here, in my opinion.
Savannah, LD connections, Levin, listen or pay, car driving around. And so and now now we have the cartel, that you've mentioned the
Thank you.
cartel. So it sounds like you're kind of all over the place. So where do you think, or let me ask you this, let me break this down one piece at a time. Why are the cartels involved in this?
Okay, so everybody was originally saying, why not pay the ransom?
See, that's a good question he says there. And the way he just answered in the last two words came across like Richard Nolet did, very positive, like he knows, a very firm tone that he knows, right? I know. I know,
And you can get 1 million. Why only ask for 1 Bitcoin? And you guys know this, that you can clearly obfuscate yourself online. And I worked with a guy before who was telling me he used to buy people's identities and credit cards online. And I know there's ways to even transfer Bitcoin anonymously. So with the perp guy and just his presence from day one, my gut was that it was organized. And then with the ransom, like it was organized. It wasn't just someone. It just felt like definitely more than one person even.
How do you
That was
picture
my
this?
gut.
This person sounds like, okay, and this is just my opinion. If they end up watching me and I'm wrong on all of this, I apologize. Okay. Like, just speculating here. He sounds like down, depressed, or even like medicated on something to bring him down,
I'm sorry.
How do you picture this guy? What's your picture of the perpetrator?
See, that's it. The sigh, that big, the sigh. Richard Nolet does that in between like almost every sentence. The sigh, the big sigh, the let out of anxiety before he speaks.
You mean by that, like his face visually is?
No, well, just, I mean, you're describing his personality. You said he's organized. Okay, so how do you picture him in terms of, in your mind, where do you put him in a profession where, I mean, obviously he's got some type of sophistication and relationship to, the ability to maybe manipulate, like you're talking about the dark web, and, dig deep and figure out a way, to hide yourself. So what kind of profession is this guy in?
I think the the important question is that if you guys even believe.
To me, Sunshine, it sounds like it's Richard. It really does sound like it to me. He might be doing something to change his voice just a little bit, but his sentence structuring and his tone, like the way he pauses and stuff, is the same. I feel. And I listen to audio every day, all day. For sure. For sure, exactly. Richard is the Burger King cipher guy at Zoda. Yes, yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. Come on in if you're just joining now. Replay crew, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're watching in the background, please subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, you're Aaron, you sound like a pretty smart guy. And I respect your call here very, very much. I'm curious as to how you read the LD connections.
Well, the LD was like the first real, and wasn't he even pulled over? I mean, that's, I guess, and now you have people saying, well, the FBI is building a case, and perhaps they are. So he's not being talked about anymore. He's just kind of fell.
Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. That's one thing I always found interesting, and I guess a lot of you are the same as me. them jumping on Luke Daly immediately, like the FBI in the very beginning. Why? I guess we won't know, right? Until in the end, I don't know, but why did they go after him? Could it because of what's her name? Kayla? Nancy's niece? I think that it's Nancy's niece, right? That must be why.
Fell off, and yet he was detained. They must have had a reason to even get the warrant, and there's more similarities. He has a girlfriend that he denies having, and they're involved in stuff. And apparently, I believe Monks or Sleuth or someone said that his girlfriend was like Nancy's niece.
Right.
And so there is kind of a triangle there. And, well, I guess that was the first real suspect, but it fell outside of the cartel thing. And you have to understand the cartel, that was just
when we finish watching this, I will pull up Sleuth and listen to how he was with Sleuth.
my first day. And then more and more happened, and here we are.
Yeah. Do you think the cartel would take this risk?
For that kind of money, I mean, weren't they asking for $6 million? So yes, even in a small, like and then you know what's crazy is that
take a payment plan.
A payment plan?
Yeah, I mean, I know how Bitcoin works, right? Where you can set it up to where it progresses automatically, 4, 6, 8. But
yes, sir.
Would the cartel do that, knowing that they're going to risk an entire weekend with an 80?
This guy, all I know is his name is Aaron, and he called into Chris McDonough's show. I think day before yesterday now, and was on the show with Chris on the phone for like an hour and a half.
$84-year-old woman in their possession.
Okay, well, one thing is the TMZ rat and the ransoms they do.
That the TMZ rat. Okay, this is the second time he said it.
Well, one thing is the TMZ rat and the ransoms they do get mixed, and so
the TMZ rat. Huh. He said it twice now. Rat. The rat.
From what I understand and gather, they do get one thing is the TMZ rat and the ransoms they do get mixed, and so from what I understand and gather is that the rat was asking for partial now and the rest later.
That's really like the way he's saying that. The rat. It's like straight from his soul. That's how I'm getting that. Like the rat. Like it's so emotionally driven. Maybe that's what's making Chris go, okay. Hopefully Chris has turned this over. That's probably why I'm guessing why he deleted it out of his live stream. Just because this guy has said it so emotionally, it seems.
The other notes were asking for like 6 million with a true deadline.
Right. So
6 million.
What's your
6 million with a true deadline? Okay.
Your logic to why the cartel would send it to a news agency and then a media agency as big as Hollywood, i.e. TMZ? Do they want that kind of pressure, you think? I mean, I'm just curious of what your thoughts.
The cartel would, I could be wrong, but the cartel wouldn't do that. Okay, thanks, Dolly. The cartel wouldn't do that. As far as I don't know, it's hard to explain. I lived there for a long time, so I kind of like those of us that lived in Arizona or live in Arizona, we all know the cartels in the background. They're always there. And as far as I've learned when I lived there, the cartel did everything. They stay quiet. They go under the radar. Like the only thing I can relate it to is like up here in British Columbia, we've got the Hells Angels. Well, the Hells Angels do everything they can to stay under the radar and not be noticed. And that's how I perceive the cartel is the same. They don't come out and do, nah, nope. I just don't get it. Nope. Definitely not cartel.
Thought
Yes, sir.
process.
Yes, sir. Now that we're in day 100 plus, I no longer really feel strongly about the cartel, and I diminish that position down to even like a gang member or someone like I
I
was speaking
diminish
about, just that's connected. And you don't
I diminish that position. What an interesting choice of words. Yeah, again, it reminds me of this Richard. Richard Nolette is extremely intelligent. Extremely intelligent. Very articulate. And I'm getting this guy is the same.
have to be in a cartel. Even someone in the Tucson area or close to the border that's just good with being a criminal. So,
Yeah, no, I respect that 1,000%.
mhm.
Bob?
Aaron,
Yep. So I'm not dying on the hill of being cartel.
Really? Can you please email me where you found that Rock Prophet, please? Thank you, hon. I'd like to see that.
At all anymore.
No, I know. I'm just curious what your thought process is and how it's connecting the dots here. Bob, what were you going to say?
Yeah, Aaron, let me ask you a question. Where do you think Nancy is? Where do you think he or they took her, and where would you envision she is right now?
Can I tell you something, Bob, before I answer that question?
That's Nolette. I
really
can tell
appreciate
you
your
that
question.
is Nolette. That is Richard Nolette, in my opinion. The way he just answered that question is exactly the same way he would answer Sleuth's questions.
Once went to a median in Lafayette, Louisiana, because I'm from Louisiana, and one of my friends just asked me to go, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, and this guy apparently was in the newspaper for solving crimes. I mean, he was the real deal. So I just wanted to mention that. It's just, I'm not a medium at all. I'm not even.
I've solved crimes. Well, one. You guys all know that. I actually solved a murder about 3 months ago now, and I always swore that I would never ever come out and say I solved cases. I'm not one of those psychics that does that type of shit. I don't make websites about how awesome I am or anything like that. I always swore that. But then 3 months ago I actually solved a murder, and I'm so fucking proud of myself. So proud of myself.
Alluding to that, I had no idea really why I told you that, but just I am kind of really obsessed with every facet that, So to answer your question, at this point, I mean,
okay, and that you're really obsessed. He's really obsessed with every facet. That just says a lot to me. Why are people obsessed? Like, yes, we've got the typical people. We all love watching this case. We're all so heartfelt, drawn to this case. Nancy is America's grandma. We all love her already, and we're not even related to her, right? But then you get the ones that this makes me go, okay, why are you so literally heartfelt obsessed with this? Why?
I feel like she has to be just concealed somewhere. And especially if it was someone that set a deadline.
His brother's name that he accused was Mike Nolette. You think I'm a freak crack job? Okay, well, have a nice life. Okay, bye-bye. This freak crack job has found 9 missing people. So, bye. Yeah, so he's just so heartfelt. I swear it's him. I swear. In my opinion,
Wanted money. It got so big. You gotta dispose. That's what I feel.
Okay. Well, it's
but he didn't
yeah,
answer.
I
He didn't answer. He didn't answer. His question was, where do you think that Nancy would be? He didn't answer.
agree with you. He she rather has to be somewhere. I mean, obviously she's concealed, right? But I mean, what do you think this person or persons did with her? Do you think they took her to the desert, to Mexico? Do you
Right.
think they've concealed her somehow in a home? Or
Okay, vexing.
what's your sense on
Thanks for listening, vexing. Have a good day at work, hon.
that?
If I even knew the answer, it's $1 million question, and I understand that concealing and disposing are two different things, and I don't even know which one it is. But
Oh, so Kayla's husband went to prison for trafficking. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know that. Okay, well, that would explain then why they jumped on that whole group of people in the first place then. I don't get this case as anything to do with trafficking. I don't. This is hate. It's a hate crime. I remember I was working on a case here in British Columbia, and I had a sit down meeting with the RCMP, and I told them, I remember flat out, I was like, it was a hate crime. And they were like, the look on their faces were like, what? I'm like, it's a hate crime. It's not trafficking. They, yeah, hated this person's gender.
I originally also looked at the landscape and even the egress from day one, and I probably had the egress before it was even it was literally one road, and you just had to make a right and another right and another right. So, and then I also looked at the mountains. You don't really want to go north, but yet that's maybe a great desolate place.
Okay,
but
wait a second.
You had to make a right and another right egress before it was even it was literally one road, and you just had to make a right and another right and another right. So, and then I also looked at the mountains. You don't really
a right and another right and another right, he just said. He gave a direction. That's very interesting right there for me. He gave a direction just now of going out of the house. So my readings, I don't know if I actually told you guys this, but directions for me, like say if we're standing on Nancy's doorstep, looking out at the road, I see them leaving. They went right. They didn't go left. They left out of the driveway going right, and then took back roads out and then up over Reddington Pass. That's where I see them gone, flat out. They went up Tanque Verde, up the Wash, up Reddington, and down the other side.
really want to go north, but yet maybe a great desolate place, but it just doesn't feel like they would have went north into the mountain, so south. And
they wouldn't.
The border being as close as it is just it is what it is. It doesn't mean that she's there, but
are you
That dog is like making my fucking hair stand on end. You can see Chris's face. Look at it. He's like, what is that fucking noise?
You local to the area?
I'm in Phoenix. I actually am in, yeah.
So
Phoenix,
you,
Chicago.
you are sort of local to the area. You know the area.
Yes, sir. I've been here for 11 years now.
Oh,
And
Have
I've
you
wanted to be involved. I really, truly have wanted to, because the FBI is here in Phoenix. I've literally wanted to ask for a job, like, just to help, just to see what they know and just to help and be critically thinking, just because this is, yeah, it's so critical and I'm very attached to it.
I'm very attached to it, eh? Okay.
So now my perception on trust really has degraded over the last 12 years. And now, so I do trust you in that I have nothing to hide. But I mean, again, it is a
I do trust you in that I have nothing to hide. That's an interesting statement. I do trust you in that I have nothing to hide. Yeah, psycho girl, I'm about to block you. Like, what are you doing? You're trolling the wrong channel. It's like they were tag teaming him. Very interesting, yeah. I still believe that this is possibly Nolette with some sort of voice changer. Okay, bye-bye, loser. Go clean your cat's litter box. You're one of those losers that have your house smells like cat piss. Psycho, go clean your cat's litter box.
little, it's just, but I likely probably would want to, I mean, I'm not going to not give you what you asked for because
I'm not
I
okay.
have no
This is
reason
weird shit.
not to, other than just,
What is this guy implying here?
I have no reason not to, other than just saying, I don't know what more I could say. So I don't know what you want to ask me unless you want to like dig into me, and this isn't about me. So I don't know why.
This is just very interesting, right? Okay, so this guy calls into Chris's show and it immediately gets super deep conversation. Like, to me, this isn't a normal call. This isn't a normal call, somebody just calling into Chris's show. This is not just some random caller. This person has an agenda. As far as I can hear here, they have an agenda. And I'm getting they're angry. Their agenda is not being told. Their agenda is not being met. They're not being listened to.
Why you want to talk to me anymore?
Well, is trust earned or trust shared? Trust is shared, Aaron.
Once it's earned.
But you see, we live three types of lives on this earth. Do you know what they are?
See, I find this part interesting too. Chris is asking him question, right? Psychology, a mild psychology question. Did you notice the guy goes quiet? He's quiet. So he's like intensely thinking about what to say.
I'm not sure I do.
I think when I say you're going to go, oh, of course. So we live a private, public, and a secret life, right?
We live a private, a secret.
So we live a private, public, and a secret life, right?
We live a private, a secret, and a public life. Is that what you said?
It's almost as if this kind of confused him a bit. Get what I'm saying? Like I see what Chris has done here, kind of. It's almost like a bit of a reverse psychology back onto the guy. And you can, in my opinion, and it made him hesitate and seemed a little bit confused, right?
Life, right?
We live a private, a
Yeah.
secret, and a public life. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some truth to that, I suppose. It's no different than me.
No, I mean we're in our public persona right now. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, we've kind of entered into a little bit about we've kind of entered.
Yeah.
Okay, we've kind of entered into a little bit of.
For some reason, this has made him hesitate. Chris's change of talking has made this guy hesitate. It's interesting.
About
it's almost like Chris has actually gotten through, penetrated the skin just a little bit here.
Private persona, meaning, you shared with me about your mom passing, and I'm so sorry. And I mean that in sincerity. You share with me, your about your girlfriend that you guys met when you were 16. You shared with me that you moved from Lake Charles. And
see, that's another thing too. Okay, so Nolette was basically the same thing, right? Nolette came in and told his whole life story. That's one thing I don't get. These people that call into these YouTube channels and they tell everybody, the thousands of people watching, their whole fucking life stories. For those of you watching and your viewers out there and you're calling into live YouTube shows and stuff, stop doing that. You can call into the shows, but stop telling everybody that's listening about your private life. Stop it. Especially if you're an elderly person and you're home alone, or you're an older person and you have a child with you. Stop it.
And all there. Right. All of that stuff is all,
yeah,
somewhat private persona, your employment situation. Yeah, I'm listening.
See, that's weird. Okay, and then the clip ends there. So, yeah, that was weird. That was weird. I've had many of you message me saying, what do you think? And I believe that is possibly Nolette with some sort of, it's either a voice changer or he's like really down, or like it could be both, really down. And if I'm totally wrong, okay, and this Aaron guy is just some guy that's not involved at all, that's called into Chris's show like this, well, what do you expect? Seriously, what do you expect? You call into a live show that has thousands of people watching and you start spilling your life live. What do you expect? Of course, you're going to get people freaking out. What do you expect? And now he's pissed off? Well, you shouldn't have called into a live show and told them about your mother's suicide, or like, holy shit. Yeah, people, keep your private lives quiet. Because you never know who's watching. And yeah, and Chris is a professional. It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, so, and he told the profession of his girlfriend, like, come on. Oh, people, come on. We need to have internet education classes. Though I am noticing it is the older generation, like the people that are older than me, where the internet is still new to them. If any of you are watching, I know I have a lot of people that are a larger, an older crowd. Please listen to me. Don't share your private information on the internet, period. If you're in a chat on YouTube and you're using your real name in the chat room, on the chat where you're typing out, change your name to some nickname. Don't put your real information on the internet because you don't know who's watching you. Okay? This is a true crime situation and you don't know who's watching you. Like I get it all the time. All the time. I have people reaching out to me all day, every day. I get hundreds of emails. People telling me their entire life stories. I get emails from people I've never seen before, and they tell me their entire life. I don't know who you are. One sec here. Yeah, it's troll day. That's fine. Just block them. There you go, Juice. There you go. And I know what you're talking about. So yeah. But yeah, there's the older generation that the internet's new to them. So if you're watching, please listen to me. Please listen to me. Stop telling the world your private shit. Yeah. Like I could go on about that for hours. I get some of the emails I get, you guys, are unbelievable, off the charts, crazy. And it must be because I'm a psychic. People think I can instantly help them. I can give them the $1 million lottery numbers. No, I can't do that. Sorry. I can't give you the lottery numbers. I've tried. Trust me, I've tried. I have actually sat down and tried to do fucking readings on myself to get the lottery numbers. And you know what I get from the spirit world? They laugh at me. They laugh at me. Flat out, they're like, don't be stupid, Tara. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try and find sleuths now. So bear with me 2 seconds. I did watch a bit of sleuths. So video credit will go to Sleuth Intuition. We love Sleuth Intuition on this channel. You guys know that. Sleuth and I have bounced things off of each other because of this whole... It started with this Ronald Lopez. Okay, so I think I've found it. Okay, so the guy calls in. Where are we? I'm just trying to find the timestamp here of where we start. I don't want to go all the way. Okay, 1 sec here. I'm just trying to find where to start. Clicks his lips. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. Somebody says in Sleuth's chat about how Richard Nolette like clicks his lips and makes, literally saliva noises while he's talking. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to listen to that now. In my opinion, the dog sounds closer than next door. It could be. You could be. Aaron is close to RN if you say. Yeah, it could be. Very well could be. Okay, so let me just find where to start here.
My father, in the early 60s to through the
This is a recap of the Nolettes. Maybe we'll watch that too.
How do you spell the last?
I have no reason not to, other than years and now.
Okay, so that's.
Oh, okay. So this is where Sleuth is actually
theorizing
comparing the
that
two
my
voices
family
together.
is, satanic, and they're
I
let's
believe
see,
it's a
what
match, but I believe that this
so I mean,
Aaron
to
guy
me,
is
it
using some
definitely
a wet work man.
was the same.
some
plus
voice
his
changer.
But he's guard
name is Aaron.
down, and then the
This is for Aaron.
I know what I say is the truth, and just because you don't, that's not
Okay,
my
here we
problem.
are.
Oh, hold on. We got.
Okay, so this guy has called in and he's pissed off, obviously. I don't understand why he is pissed off. Unless he just doesn't understand how calling into social media works. If it truly is not involved and he's got nothing to do with it and he's just some guy calling in, well, this is what you get when you call into a live YouTube channel. You're going to have a lot of people scrutinizing every single word you're saying, especially in an active case on an 84-year-old missing woman.
I have somebody else joining that shouldn't, and then there's another Aaron. Let me just ban these other
A
people.
way bigger deal than it ever needed to be. But
I agree.
I've also told you in my email, this is not how I wanted to be introduced with you. And
See,
I still,
something is odd. I told you in my email, this is not how I wanted to be introduced with you. So he's already trying to make himself important from what I'm gathering here. Like, what makes you so important here? If you're not related to Nolette or anything like that, and you're just some dude calling in, what makes you think you're so important here? Why are you pissed off at everybody? This is what you get. You called into a YouTube channel.
I feel pretty bad that I'm even having to come here. I see people saying I have to prove anything. I don't have to prove anything to you, number one, because I know what I say is the truth. And just because you don't, that's not my problem. And, all of you people you hide behind, but I came forward. I said all of my piece. I said everything.
Okay, but you came forward. Yes, you came forward, but you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything of fucking importance. If you're important, where's Nancy? Where the fuck is she? Seriously, I'm getting mad now. Quit fucking around. You called in and you just talked bullshit. Nothing important at all. And you're here, you're doing it again on Sleuth's channel. If you want to be important and have some, and you want to have some relevance, then start talking. Where the fuck is she?
As it should be said, because it's the truth. That's who I am. And nobody else has done that. So what more, I don't see what more burden I have that, anyway.
Listen to the size. Okay, so like you brought this on yourself. Okay, I'm mad now. You brought this on yourself. What is your point here? Are you playing games? Obviously, you're trolling. Do you need some sort of attention? If you know the truth about Nancy, where the fuck is she? And who's done this? And why haven't you reported it? If you know who's done this, why are you not standing outside the reception desk at the fucking FBI office, waiting for someone to talk to you?
What is it that you wanted to say? I know you wanted to say something, but you were unable to.
Yeah.
The sighing, it's him. I swear it's him. It's gotta be. He's making himself important when you're not important at all.
You got people now saying, sorry, I'll tell you, but I mean, really, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I told everybody, and I'm going to diffuse as much as I can here. I told, like, members of my family today.
Why would you do that? Like, if you're not involved and you're just some dude that's called into Chris McDonough's live stream and told the whole internet your entire fucking life story. So now you have to tell your family, oh, I fucked up. Is that what it is? You've outed your family's personal information all over the internet?
It's true that my neighbor has a pug. Okay. When they moved in like 6 months ago, they left us a note on the door and a bag of Starbucks coffee and said, hey, our dog has separation anxiety and he gets loud sometimes. And yes, he does howl. And then you got people, it was very weird vibe timing. And
It did sound weird. What do you expect? You had thousands of people listening. Of course. And these people are listening because they're consumed with an 84-year-old lady that's gone missing.
to be honest, like I had my headphones in, I couldn't even really hear the dog. I wasn't aware that it was so prominent in the recording.
Well, it sounded like a dog to me.
Which
it
is
sounded
fine.
like a dog to me. So I don't know what the problem is.
It is the dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I am.
Very well could be. You very well could be correct there. You very well could be. Yep. Exactly. Thank you, Sarah.
I'm here in Phoenix. I never go to Tucson. Okay, I think I went to the Biodome a couple of years ago. I've maybe driven through, but it's been years. I don't have business there, so I mean, none of what anybody says makes any sense. Some lady said when she called in on your other video that something about that I'm connected to Howard Stern 1997. I would have been 6 years old in 97. I mean, how does that make any sense?
You know what? Every case that I've covered, somebody calls.
And this is just an internet thing. Like, he's obviously not used to this, right? Richard Nolette was the same. He was getting all pissed off about everybody freaking out over everything he said. Well, that's what happens on the internet. People come up with the craziest stuff on the internet.
Then it mentions that because it was just something. It was like a strange call in. That's why. But I don't know why they thought.
Why haven't you responded to my email though?
Did
you not see that?
See, Richard Nolette used to say that to him too. Richard Nolette said that to him too. Like, why haven't you answered my emails? Almost the same word for word. That's what I believe. I believe this is Richard Nolette, and he's pissed off at Sleuth for cutting him off. And I believe he got up on Chris McDonough's to try and get his narrative out and his story told again. And he was cut off again.
No. Did you just send it?
No, I sent it this morning, but I mean, at this point, it's like
I've been really.
You guys are even saying Aaron's handyman, Scottsdale LLC, like, and oh, this guy's not really 54. Like, you guys seriously do not know what you're talking about. I mean,
Me? I didn't
but
say
I'm
anything.
glad
Yeah.
anyone who has, I'm glad it could be, you know, I'm
Hippie, you're hilarious. Oh my God. Metaphysics, yeah. Pay attention to little things, right? Yeah.
not glad because I didn't intend for it to be entertaining. The reason why I called and why you asked
RN is Richard Nolette. Richard Nolette. That's what RN means.
is to discuss all the circumstantial things that everybody has been discussing. And what's disgusting about all this is that I really have not voiced my opinion at all. And everybody gets away with it, pretty much anything that they can say.
You didn't voice your opinion at all, but you spent an hour and a half on Chris McDonough's live stream talking about your life. Your real life. Like, just literally wasting his time.
I mean, yeah, people will get scrutinized, but I come forward with genuine, just, it was a little impulsive of me to call at the moment and get involved in the conversation, but otherwise, somehow after doing all that.
Okay, and I'm going to say it again. And if you literally are just some guy calling in and you have nothing to do with any of it, I think you might have learned your lesson now. You don't call into a live stream on YouTube and tell your whole fucking life story when it's not about you at all. The content is not about you. It's about Nancy Guthrie.
And being morally, you know, trying to be morally, do a good thing. I somehow have to prove even more to people.
Morally, okay, calling in and doing a good thing and talking about your life, how does that help Nancy at all? Seriously, how does that help? You didn't tell us where she is, and you didn't tell us who's done this. So everything you said is completely irrelevant.
I guess because what some little.
You can hear him tapping on the counter or whatever. He's clearly frustrated.
Some doors were open, but that's. I just, as I told Chris too, because I emailed him as well. I'm not sure.
Why? What's your point? Why? Like, what's your point? I just can't say that enough. What's your point here? Why would you waste this person's time? Like, I have to admit, I get it too. Like, I get fucking hundreds of emails. And if I see that you've written me some long fucking novel about your life, I'm not going to read it because you're wasting my time. I don't have time to sit and read everybody's life story. I'm not going to listen to you. You're wasting my time. My time is very valuable.
If that's why he took down the video, but what did I'm getting a little sidetracked. I mean, obviously, you guys
Yeah,
probably
what's going
gang
on?
up on me about that too. Like, oh, this
No,
guy.
I didn't talk to anybody. Like, honestly, I was a little bit upset.
And yeah, Sleuth did nothing. Like, you're lashing out at Sleuth over nothing. Nothing. He was trying to give you an opportunity to speak. That's what Sleuth is very good at. He lets people speak. And he listens to what they have to say.
When I heard the interview, because I felt like nobody was listening to you.
I mean, I had to go back and.
I already asked the Rods about Richard and I got yes. I got yes on it.
Listen to it myself. And at first, you know, people were saying, oh, this guy was just, you know, I did going back and listening to it, it was clear that while I thought that we were engaging in the conversation, but in reality, it was all just kind of it was all geared to kind of like try and pin me or set me up or try.
Well, of course, Chris is law enforcement, ex-law enforcement investigator. Of course, that's what he does. That's his profession. He was analyzing every single word you said.
Trying to catch me in a lie or like expose
Of
me or
course.
whatever. It's so bizarre. And just because you have someone,
It's not bizarre. You should have thought about that before you called into a law enforcement's live YouTube channel.
who comes and doesn't, I mean, I tried to just, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was anything novel or anything. It's not, because, and every bit of
So again, even in this call, he's not making any sense. He's not saying anything of importance. Everything this guy is saying is completely irrelevant. Has nothing to do with Nancy.
information that I even said was things that are said by you and other people. So everything that I know is not even things that I've concluded on, or gathered on my own. It's gathered from other people that are saying.
I think maybe this guy might have thought that Chris's channel would take open panel calls like the fucking clown show that's on the Nancy case. You got all these clown show YouTubers that are just literally milking the whole thing for money. They're doing their 8-person panels every single day talking about absolute bullshit. Nothing important. Dragging it out to make money every day. Come on, people, pay attention. This clown show, they're making thousands of dollars off fucking Nancy every day. The Boys Club. The Clown Show Boys Club. Figure it out, please.
It. And so if you go and you listen, or if you could listen to everything that I said, not one thing that was said is
yes
something that's not.
Yes, Chris was doing what he's trained to do. It's in his blood.
Already out there. Right?
Yeah, you were just having a conversation like we all do here on this platform. So I don't understand what's so. I don't know what the big deal is. I'm confused by it.
Yeah.
I think the big deal now is that now that I have you on the phone, I should tell you that you are all heavily mistaken, big time, and all the chats and all the comments and everything that's very derogatory. It's a bit defaming. I mean, it's harassing. It is based on false information, and the fact that you're like perpetuating.
Okay, so again, he's kind of alluding to that he actually knows the truth. It's the little cliffhanger here that he might spit out something that's actually important, truthful. Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Who has her? I can have somebody go find her right now. Where is she?
And donations and like continuing it rather than trying or even checking your email, man. I don't know why you didn't do that, but the fact that you're engaging in.
Why didn't he check his email? Do you ever think that maybe Sleuth might actually have a fucking job? Do you ever think that he might have a job and a life and a family and things that are more important than reading your email?
the conversation and taking donations over lies, I mean, now you're kind of crossing into kind of, like I said last night, crossing boundaries, and it is your channel. And I did
Well, what
watch
are
you.
be specific? Like, be specific. Like, what are you even talking about? We don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay. And as a creator, a YouTube creator here, taking donations and all that, and what he's talking about here, super chats, taking donations. I've never heard Sleuth come out and actually say, okay, everybody watching my live stream right now, please send me super chats. Please send me donations. I've never ever heard him come out and ask people for donations. Most YouTubers don't do that. YouTubers receive donations from people that enjoy them and enjoy the content and truly heartfelt supports the creator they're watching. I know me, I am a creator and I donate to other YouTube channels all the time because I enjoy what they're doing. It's my way of saying I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate your content. So, yeah, this guy's got no clue. He doesn't, no clue.
How am I not being specific? I've called
You're
out
not
so
being
many.
specific. Just be specific. Like, what's the problem?
Come on, man. I've been more than specific.
No, you're
even
vague.
last
You're
night.
like the
Very
only reason
specific.
there's the mystique about you
You've not been specific at all. You've not come out and actually said anything of importance.
is because you're so vague. Stop being vague and stop the shit. What is it? Let's hear it. Stop
I don't
beating around the
understand
bush.
what the.
Stop beating
Dude.
around the bush.
What, am I beating around the bush, huh?
Yeah.
What would you even like to hear? Because
I don't know.
I
What
don't
is it?
think
Like,
that
what are you
you're
even
ever going to
talking
hear
about?
what you want to hear.
But what are you even talking about? You haven't said anything. You're just like saying a bunch of stuff without really even saying anything.
Right. Right.
What I've said is I am reiterating everything that I've said before is true, and everything that I'm seeing now coming from.
Okay, but everything you've said before and whatnot is true, okay? Okay. But it has nothing to do with Nancy. All you've talked about is your personal life. Nothing to do with Nancy. I just can't get past that. I think I've probably said that 100 times so far in the last 30 minutes. You come on these channels and making it seem like you might all of a sudden have something really important to say, and then nothing comes out.
You and
What
everyone
did you
else
say
is
before? What's
untrue.
the original statement? What did you say at the very beginning? Let's start there.
My name's all right. My name is Aaron. Number one.
Okay.
It is. All right. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, but it is. I don't even know, Richard. You know what's sad about this is that there's
I
certain
never
parts.
thought you were Richard.
All
I
right.
thought
Well, it
you were
doesn't matter.
mistreated.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But
Okay.
that's one.
So, hi, Aaron. Your name is Aaron, okay? And what's your point? What's your point? Are you the porch guy? Are you the one that's done this? Is that what you're trying to say? But you're not saying?
One thing, and I mean, there's plenty of things, man. I'm honestly kind of a little overwhelmed. I have a few screenshots, honestly. If I wanted to go, if you needed me to go back and pick out anything, but I don't think I have to do that again because the burden of proof is not on me, and I'm actually calling you.
The burden of proof. The burden of proof is not on me, he says. Okay. Well, burden of proof of what? What? Are you trying to tell on someone.
To ask you, you know, since I can make contact with you, since I can reach you, I'm asking you politely.
I swear it's him. I swear it is Nolette. I might be wrong. His sentence structuring, his pausing, his saliva clacking, his lips smacking, his sighing, everything is exactly the same. He's just another clown added to the show. Exactly. Yep. Go hang out at the clown channels over there. They'll fucking take you. You know the big fat clown over there? The misogynistic pig? Yeah, go hang out over there.
If you can cease and desist your any of these mentions, okay? In a
I've
polite.
never met.
Ceased and assist any of your missions. Wow, it's crazy.
Mentioned you. I've never even mentioned you. This is the first time you're called into my show. So if you don't want to be mentioned, you don't call into a show where you put yourself.
No. You did a live. You did a live last night, right after the interview room, and you had super chats coming up, and you were the whole video. You were talking about me.
So what if he had super chats coming up? That's what people don't understand. The super chats that are coming up across the street, the screen, that is because his audience, his viewers are enjoying him. It's his viewers appreciating his content. It's the viewer that has made the physical choice of to click the button on the super chat and press send. It's not the creator that's doing it, it's the viewer.
It wasn't about you. They brought you up. I didn't bring you up.
I get that, but it's still your content. You're the sole moderator of it, and I'm telling you, you're the owner, and I'm telling you, I'm.
That's why I'm giving you the platform. You're gonna try to chastise me. I'm giving you the platform so you can speak your mind, and you're gonna blame me for everything.
Right?
No, because it just felt like
you're blaming me. I didn't do.
I was being bullshitted a little bit.
I'm helping.
Like,
it just felt like okay. I'm sorry. I don't normally do this. Like, but this guy's got me on. Every fucking word he's saying is making me question every word he's saying.
I'm helping you right now, right? Let's go to the source, right? Didn't I call you the source? And then you're going to take that opportunity to shoot me in the foot? This is your chance. Address the people who are actually talking shit about you. I didn't say anything about you.
Right.
Okay, well, can we just say that I've clearly done that? Do we not all agree? Because despite what you all think about my personal character, I don't care if you think I'm on the spectrum or whatever, but every other little detail, like.
Yeah, and I'm not judging you, by the way. I seriously want to hear what you have to say.
It's not about judging. It's about the personal doxing now. And like, okay, you're
personal doxing. Okay, did people come out and actually dox his address? Did people come out and actually dox his address? You know, that's what doxing means, right? When you post somebody's like actual physical address or their actual phone number on their cell phone. That's right. Exactly, Meow. Right. There you go. He's the one that told the entire internet his whole life business. Not anyone else. He did it. And people are looking for an 84-year-old missing woman. That's what the show was about that you called into. So, of course, the thousands of people in the audience might start looking at you. You did this to yourself. You have no right to be pissed off at anybody.
We cross the line of just pointing fingers of judgment, perhaps. I don't know that. I don't know that to be certain, and I want to avoid that. I do.
Yeah, not me. I didn't do anything.
Like right now on my channel, every person that's giving a comment in my chat right now, that's their free speech. There's nothing I can do about what these people are saying in my chat. I will block the people in my chat if they do racist and hateful comments. But if somebody's opinion on whatever their opinion is about you, that's called free speech.
Because it's very dangerous comments that are being made.
Yeah, don't let that affect you. Like, these are just random people on social media, and when you put yourself out in the public, that's what you're putting that's what you should be expecting.
Welcome to the land of YouTube. Can you imagine what us creators go through on a daily basis? You imagine?
Doesn't mean they're right? They don't know who you are. For real.
Anne Marie. Oh, you're funny. Yeah. Session's over.
You can't pay too much attention to that. Trust me. I live in this realm.
Well, some people also put their energy in the wrong places as well. Like, I mean, I don't deserve all the scrutiny of.
It's the general public. It's the general public, dude. Like, come on. It's the general public. The general public will say the craziest things. Wow. Floored. I'm absolutely floored. And I see, yeah, there's what? I got 200 and something in here, 257 in here. Please hit the thumbs up. I haven't checked my thumbs up numbers right now. Please hit the thumbs up for me, okay? Yeah, I saw that, Mermaid. Yeah, I saw that. It was just, yeah, I saw that.
I mean,
yeah, and I don't know why you're getting it.
People, you're fair to give it. It's fair. It's okay. It's not okay, but it's your life, and you're allowed to do that, obviously. But
yeah, I mean, you can't just. How many people are on this planet? Half of them are negative. I mean, you can't fight with half of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just have to just be like, well, that's your opinion. Has nothing to do with my reality.
Right, Christy Lee? Yeah. The very first 3 words this guy said, immediately I was like, okay, to me it sounds like Nolette. Immediately. I believe this guy might have been using some sort of way to change his voice. But the sentence structure, everything matches. I would say the sentence structure and the education and the articulation is a massive match to Nolette.
all right, so I guess we're done here then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in.
I have nothing more to say. Thanks.
I appreciate it, Aaron. Call again, okay?
Okay, bye. Maybe you should go take your neighbor's dog for a walk.
I'm not kicking you out.
Get your mind off of all of this, dude. Go offer and take your dog's neighbor for a walk. That pug sure sounded like it needed to go for some walkies. Get your mind off of Nancy Guthrie case and the internet and all this stuff. You obviously can't take it. Go for a walk.
Here. Here, let me kick. I think he thinks he's out, so let me go ahead and kick him out. Call back. Call back, Aaron. Welcome anytime, buddy.
Right. Richard Nolette doxed his family. Yeah, exactly. Richard Nollet totally doxed his family. Like, the first conversation, he gave everybody his family home address. You know, I guess where he grew up or whatever. Aaron told Chris too. He keeps tons of lists. Isn't that interesting? And yeah, Richard Nollet did the same thing. Very interesting, you guys. Wow. What cars they had exactly. Yeah, everything. Yeah. Wow, it's wild. That's wild. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. That's my again, I believe it's Nollet. If it's not Richard Nollet, it is somebody connected to them. Okay, but when it comes to the whole Nollet situation, I have done readings on it, and I did get confirmations that it might not be Richard specifically, but I'm getting the Nollet. There is some sort of connection there. I was getting positive. But honestly, I believe there's a bigger thing when it comes to the whole Nollet thing. Like, I think this guy very well could be telling the truth about his father. And, well, authorities really need to take it seriously. Like, they need to sit down and seriously look at this guy and listen to what he has to say. When I'm so bad at names. You guys know I'm so bad at names. I don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. There was that young lady that was found deceased up in northern Arizona, like Phoenix area. I'm sorry, I cannot remember her name right now. Anyways, Richard Nollet said that it was his brother that had killed her. Well, she had just been found. When I heard him say that, that is what made me go, holy shit. Like, I don't know if there's something definitely there. Some sort of connection. And law enforcement better frickin' start listening. The other thing I was getting as well, listening to the whole Richard Nollet, I was getting like a movie plot. Like, the whole thing seems like a something we'd see on a Hollywood movie about the Zodiac killer. Like, I think I even said this to you guys at the time. I was even getting vibes of Jeffrey Dahmer for some reason. That's what I was getting. Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know why. When I hear the Zodiac killer and what I think of Dahmer right away. So we'll see. Something very interesting could be happening here. I hope that you guys know how I am. I hope positivity comes from all of this. I hope something happens and it's positive and arrests are made and Nancy's found like in the next 30 minutes. But again, I am conflicted with all of it. I said this in the beginning because it's kind of at least with the Nollet stuff, okay? It's like a 50% match to my reading. It's not a complete match to my readings. Just on the aspect that I get that at least one of the perpetrators in my readings I'm getting is from overseas, like the Middle East. So that's the only part that doesn't fully click. But the whole religion, the hatred, that is a complete match to my readings. It's interesting, you know? Yeah, I have already done it, Doodle, and I got yes. I've already done it, and I got yes. I will ask one question right now to see what I get about this guy we just listened to. See if I can get any sort of answer. I did see the interview with Zach. Yeah. Made my hair stand on end. Yes. Yeah. Zach. Yeah. Zach. Yep. Yes. Yes, lazy. Yes. All that time in my reading, I was getting like the correlation to the Middle East. I was just flat out getting scammers, fraud, scammers. You know how we all get hacked and scammed on our Facebooks, our computers, our phones. We got hackers and scammers from overseas, right? That's what I was getting. But more evil, deep evil, hatred seated, religion. I was saying a religion for the very beginning for a long time. I'm still kind of firm on that. That type of religion extremist hatred for Savannah and Nancy because they were so open about the religion. As simple as that. Because Savannah was all over TV expressing her religion, which she has the right to do. But you get the weirdos out there who turn that into a serious problem, right? The religion extremists, the hatred people. Again, it's almost like what this live stream is turning into here. Don't tell people your personal life stuff on the internet or on TV. It's just that. And people have said to me over the months now, do you think it has anything to do with Epstein and all that? I don't think it has anything to do with Epstein. It's a coincidence that Savannah interviewed the victims, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. This is about hatred. Hatred. Totally different topic, basically. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer vibe. Yeah. Could be because of what Dahmer did to his people. That's actually why. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to. Where are my dowsing rods? Okay, let me get my rods. I will ask one question. I don't want to do a full rods thing right now. I'm not into it. It's Friday afternoon. We are hitting some sort of restaurant in a little while. Hubby and I are going out. It's Friday. You always got to enjoy your Fridays. Get out there, enjoy your weekends. Private flights leaving Arizona the 3rd week of February around 4 a.m. See what you find. Okay, let me 1 second. Okay. Thank you, lazy. 3rd week of February. Okay. Thank you. I will make note of that. Thank you. Okay, so I'll be right back. Do you think we are getting closer? I do believe there's going to be answers really soon. I do. On a psychic reading level, I do. I sure do. Did you get my checking account number? Wrong profit. Yeah. Did you get my checking account number? More like, come on, pass the dough over to me, baby. Yeah. Okay, 1 sec. Okay. So I'm only going to do just the one question, okay? We'll see what the rods say. Sometimes the rods prove me wrong in their own way. Okay, so what am I going to say here? Okay. All right. Do I have permission to ask a question about all this stuff on YouTube and the Nancy Guthrie case? I do. Okay, thank you. Okay, this Aaron guy we were just listening to, is this anybody from the Nolette family? Oh, okay, that's a yes. Is it Richard Nolette? No. Okay. Is it Richard's brother? That's a little yes. Okay. Little yes. Okay, so I'm getting yes that it's possibly somebody in the Nolette family. And as for this Aaron person possibly being Richard, I got a little yes. So maybe it's Mike. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see. But on the other end, I don't know, could be completely wrong. But you have a prediction today will stay Friday and will not finish as a cry day. There you go. Sounds good. Sounds good. Fridays are yay days. It's yay day. Or cousin. Yep. I was getting psychically, I actually was getting cousin or like a nephew or uncle. The uncle, from what I understand, the uncle is older. I don't think it's the uncle. The uncle is like much older. But yeah, Rock Prophet there very well could be like a cousin or a nephew or something like that. I don't know if Richard has a son or not. I know his brother does, Mike. Mike does. A lot of people were getting him confused. People were snooping all over YouTube, right? They were all thinking that the younger Mike Nolette you see on YouTube was the Mike Nolette, the bad guy. It's not. That's his son. You don't want to look at him. He's irrelevant. It's the Mike, the father, who looks like 857. I know they're not related, but boy, they look alike. So yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up. Thank you all for being here. I will be on more often. I know I always say that. I'm really busy. I'm always busy and I'm doing 10 different cases at once here. And, but yeah, this finds interesting. I'm going to ponder this over the weekend and see what I get. And if anything happens, I will jump on. You guys know that. So get outside, everybody. Get off the internet. Turn your phones off. Get outside. Get some fresh air. Put your bare feet in some grass. Go fishing. Go enjoy your lives. Yeah, no, the 857 photo. No. That's just, nope. They just really look alike. Yeah. They just really, really look alike. I remember I was freaking. I'm like, what the fuck? Very, very look alike. But it's just a coincidence, I'm sure. Okay. So before you leave, if you're in the background, please subscribe. Please subscribe. And enjoy yourselves. Have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you all soon. Hey, Spirit Seeker. Good to see you. Okay, I'm off. Bye.